A warm welcome to Disky Talk with Liolo. If you're tuning in for the very first time, I do ask that you please subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you've been a part of this journey, I hope you thoroughly enjoy this episode. So, on today's episode, I discuss all things Mamelodi Sundowns, their new signings, and the Nedbank Cup, which gets underway very soon. Alongside then, the CAF Champions League. So, when we have a look at it then, Mamelodi Sundowns have made a couple of great signings this transfer window. And they've brought in Savreda, they've brought in Ralani, and they've brought in Teboho Mokoena. When you have a look at those three signings, then you got three quality players. However, then, when we have a look at the focus, I'd like to have a look at Ralani and Teboho Mokoena with regards to then how would they fit in, as I do know that it will take a bit more time for Savreda to fit in and acclimatize as well. And today then we'll focus on, within the first segment, we'll focus on Ralani and Teboho Mokoena. So when you have a look at it then, Mamelodi Sundowns do line up in a 4-2-2-2 system, and sometimes then it could be a 4-3-3. So when we have a look at it then from a 4-2-2-2 perspective, Mokoena then would be looking to slot in the heart of midfield. And when you have a look at the midfield options that Mamelodi Sundowns have, they've got Rivaldo Kutsia, they've got Andile Jali, they've got Mkulisi, they've got Vala, they've got Hashim Domingo, and a plethora of options within the heart of midfield. However, currently and based on form, I would like to think then that the midfield pair would then be Jali and Rivaldo Kutsia. However, when you have a look at Mokoena, and if he was then to slot in within the heart of midfield, I think he'd slot in alongside Andile Jali, as I do foresee them then being able then to establish a very, very dominant midfield base within the heart of midfield, and being able then to continue the dominance for this Mamelodi Sundowns side. And what you have then in Teboho Mokoena, then you've got a player then who is he's got great technical ability and a great understanding then from a tactical perspective. So this is a player then who I think will fit into this system, as then he does offer them that range of passing from deep pockets of spaces, as he does like to tend then to pick up the ball in deep pockets of spaces and spread that ball. So whenever then the two fullbacks would look to give the width, the two number 10s would come in. That's what you would see Teboho Mokoena being able to do, pick that ball up then and then offer you, those passes. And a player then who we know that can venture forward at times and then hit those balls from long range and score goals as well. A key player then I think he is. And then when you have a look at Ralani then, so this is a player then who is a left wing by trade. However, when you have a look at this Mamelodi Sundowns system, they do then play with two number 10s as opposed to wingers, as the fullbacks would be tasked then with giving them the width. However, this is not an issue then, because whenever Ralani would play for Cape Town City and you have a look at his style of play, this is a player then who tends to drift in and can occupy the left-sided half space, very good at collecting the ball in between the lines, at times dropping a bit deep and looking then to play those 1-2s within tight pockets of spaces. Whenever then he does drift wide, he can take his man on, he can go on the outside, he can cut in and look then to score those goals as well. So these then are two very key players then for Mamelodi Sundowns. And if you then have a look at it then, and you have a look at the fact that they're going into the CAF Champions League and they're going into the Nedbank Cup, and there's the Dstv Premiership to finish off. I just then think that the approach would be different for this Mamelodi Sundowns side. So with them then finishing off the Dstv Premiership, I would like to think then that it's them implementing different combinations and trying out different players, in also then with the 4-2-2-2 and the 4-3-3 as well, as I think then that the 4-3-3 will be very important going into the CAF Champions League, because then when you have a look at how difficult and how tough the CAF Champions League can be, sometimes then you do need then to strengthen within the heart of midfield and combat the opponent with 3 midfielders. So it's going to be very interesting to see then how Surprise Ralani, Teboho Mokoena and Seveda do fit into this Mamelodi Sundowns side. However, from a transfer window perspective, I think Mamelodi Sundowns have had a great transfer window and they've signed quality players. And when you do have a look, then they do start in the Nedbank Cup, which is this Friday, and they do come up against Richards Bay. And when you have a look at Richards Bay, then this is a side that is doing very well as they sit top of the table within Glad Africa Championship. So it's going to be a very interesting encounter then, because Richards Bay are a side which are fearless and they play good football, and they will then be looking then to play on the front foot as well. And when you have a look at Mamelodi Sundowns coming up into this encounter, I do foresee them then giving certain players a chance, and I do foresee Ralani and Teboho Mokoena making their debut within the Nedbank Cup against Richards Bay. And it's going to then be a very interesting encounter, because what I do like then about the Nedbank Cup is that the underdog team then, they've got nothing to lose. You know, they really have nothing to lose, but go out there and play on the front foot, especially considering the fact that Richards Bay United do sit top of the log within Glad Africa Championship, and they will then be looking to gain automatic promotion. So when it comes to the Nedbank Cup against Mamelodi Sundowns, I do see it as a free hit for them. Just go out there and play. And if they do manage then to do the unthinkable by slaying Goliath, then that would be great. But if they go out there, they express themselves, and they too also give certain players a chance, and they don't win, I don't think that it is a train smash, because then their focus then is on ensuring that they do qualify then and have automatic promotion for the Dstv Premiership next season, as we do know that sometimes the Nedbank Cup can be a distraction of someone. However, I do look forward to this encounter as they do take each other on at the Princess Makoko Stadium. And then when you have a look at it overall, then Mamelodi Sundowns are top of the log within the Dstv Premiership. I do think that they need 4 to 5 wins for them to wrap up the league, as I don't foresee Orlando Pirates or Kaizer Chiefs or Amazulu then, or Stellenbosch being able then to reach that 55-point mark. And when you do have a look at Mamelodi Sundowns, they've opened such a huge gap. They've been very dominant and they've been very strong. So I do foresee them then, winning the Dstv Premiership. And when you have a look at the Nedbank Cup, it is then also another opportunity then to look at winning then another title, as they've already won the MTN 8. So they could look then to really compete in the Nedbank Cup. However, I do think that it will be a tad difficult, as if they do progress to the latter stages of the Nedbank Cup, they will also simultaneously be playing and competing within CAF Champions League. However, the beauty then with Mamelodi Sundowns is that they've got strength in depth. So we could see them then using a totally different squad then for the Nedbank Cup, which would still be good enough to actually go out there, compete and win those games within the Nedbank Cup while they do battle within the CAF Champions League. And then when we have a look at the CAF Champions League, we do know that they're in a very, very tough group, as they do find themselves in a group with Al Ahly, Al Hilal and Al Merrikh. So they will travel to Egypt once and then to Sudan twice. So it is then very interesting second round of the season for this Mamelodi Sundowns side. At home, do let me know, do you think that they can win all trophies on offer, or do you think that it'll just be the Dstv Premiership, or Dstv Premiership and CAF Champions League, or Dstv Premiership and Nedbank Cup? So, thank you very much for tuning in to yet another special episode of Diski Talk with Luyolo. Do let me know, what do you make of Mamelodi Sundowns transfer window? Where do you think the players fit in? What do you make of their chances in the CAF Champions League, and what they could potentially do in the Nedbank Cup? Thank you very much for tuning in to yet another special episode of Diski Talk with Luyolo. Signing out.